Don't baby girl me. Don't try to son me. Okay, I may be young. I may be beautiful. How Carrie Hilson said, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, but you're not going to baby girl me. Because, I mean, it's literally exhibiting what Sweet Tea said in our interview when she was like, they feel like I'm down here and they're up here. And yeah, you guys are older and you guys, you know, have more life experience and you guys have more money and you've been doing this TV show for 10 years, et cetera, et cetera. And you may be oh shit. Why is this not working? I hope this audio is working, y'all. So yeah, you may be older and all of those things, but girl, like, don't try to baby girl me. So I agree with Sweet Tea. I think she gonna tell Jackie, fuck you. And I agree with that. Like, girl, yeah, fuck you. Because on your watch, you think black women cry wolf. Okay, let's really get into some things. Let's talk about it. But I didn't watch last week's episode, but I did see that clip where Phaedra's sons are so adorable. They are so well behaved. They're so smart, intelligent. They're emotionally intelligent. They're in touch with their feelings. And that speech that I saw, Mr. President or the King, the Prince, was so touching. Like, I had a little tear. Okay, Phaedra, she may be Shady Faye, and she may be, you know, a back alley lawyer, and she may be, you know, creepy with the funerals and the Reiki and the holistic doctor and all of the things. She may be all of those things allegedly, but she seems like a wonderful mother, and you can tell those boys really do love her, and they seem happy. They seem like really happy, grateful children, and so I love that for them. We also found out via the Sherry Shepherd show that she gave the little boy $150,000 to invest in a property, which I thought was amazing. So shout out to Phaedra and them, okay? So I need to go ahead and catch up with Married to Medicine. I need to catch up with Real Housewives of Miami. I need to catch up with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I think that comes on, I think it came on yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And then Traitors. Oh my God, y'all. We're going to get back to Married to Medicine in a second, but I just need to say this. Traitors I love it. I love it. I regret not watching the previous season. Phaedra is amazing on Traitors. Like, she's the traitor, which basically, it's kind of like Whodunit. It's like a Whodunit reality show where they have traitors. There's 3 traitors, and the traitors are killing people in the house. And the non-traitors, who are the faithfuls, have to basically, you know, try to figure out who are the traitors, who are the killers. So it's like a murder mystery. It's almost kind of like a murder mystery, right? But in reality TV form. And I really do like it. Phaedra's great on it. And I love Sheree. People are dragging Sheree, saying she's a waste of space and a waste of time. I love Sheree because to me, she's clueless, right? She has no idea who the traitors are. But every time they vote somebody out and they don't end up being the traitor, she gets pissed off and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys. And it's like, girl. And then what's really pissing me off about Traitors is the fact that they keep suspecting that Dan is a traitor from Big Brother, but yet they refuse to get him out of the house. And it's like, who is going to have the great idea to steamroll Dan off of this show? I mean, it's obvious. And then Phaedra is probably the only person on the damn show that has never been voted for ever. And so they need to go for the least suspecting people. To me, it's obvious that Phaedra and Dan are traitors. But listen, that's neither here nor there. I really do love the show. And I just binged it one day. And I was obsessed. I love the cast. I love Phaedra on there. I love Sheree on there. I like all the Big Brother people. I like CT from The Challenge. Johnny Bananas, who was on House of Villains, was also on this. Which I will go ahead and say that Traitors is a million times better than House of Villains. Like, the production of it all, the storylines, the game itself just makes more sense. House of Villains was so dumb. It was stupid. House of Villains is a really whack TV show. And I feel like the moments on House of Villains are so contrived and so fake. And you can tell that it's their goal to try to get like a TV moment. And you have Tiffany New York Pollard with her soliloquies and monologues going off. I did love the fact that she said that, you know, I sleep better at night knowing that Omarosa is not in the White House. But I mean, the moments are so fake that it's just like, right? The name of the game is House of Villains. And so they're going out of their way to be villainous. And it's not really working for me. So Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, but I definitely recommend Traitors over House of Villains. I really hope this is recording. Oh, and then Griselda on Netflix. I'm putting y'all on. These are the things that I'm watching. Griselda on Netflix is so good. I normally don't watch like drug cartel, drug lord, movies and shows like that, but this one is different. I think what makes it more interesting is that the protagonist is a woman. And during the first few episodes, you're actually rooting for this woman, Griselda Blanco, who's like this drug lord from Colombia. And then she travels to New York, but then she like divorces her husband and then goes back to Colombia. And then like something happens where she goes to Miami. She flees to Miami to get away from her husband. And then like she takes over the whole like cocaine business in Miami. Then she let me not tell y'all the plot, but it's good. It's really, really good. Sofia Vergara plays the girl, Griselda Blanco. They call her the godmother. And it's just it's very graphic. It's Spanish, a lot of it. I would say it's like 60% of the show is in Spanish. So you're going to have to read subtitles, which I don't mind. When a show is good, you forget that you're reading. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. Like Squid Games or like Parasite, which if you haven't seen Parasite, it won Best Picture at the Oscars maybe like 4 or so years ago. The storylines be so good. I think Parasite is like Korean, I think. But the storylines are so good that you forget that you're not even like looking at it. You're reading the whole time, right? But it's just that good that you don't even mind. So what was I talking? Oh, so Griselda. Griselda is like in Spanish and whatnot, but it's so good. But it is graphic. It is gory. There's a lot of violence, a lot of gun violence, a lot of blood, a lot of like, they're beheading people and there's machetes and it's really violent and really bloody. So if you don't like stuff like that, Griselda is not for you. But if you like juicy drama, it's a good mix of violence and drama and fashion. It takes place in the 70s and 80s, and the 80s is my favorite era. I love the music. I love the fashion, and it's fabulous from a technical standpoint. The cinematography, the camera work, the lighting, the costuming, everything about that show is mwah. So I recommend Griselda too. All right, going back to Married to Medicine. I just decided to let y'all know everything that I've been obsessed with, everything that I've been watching. Married to Medicine. So Dr. Heavenly allegedly went on, she did go on to YouTube and she talked about the season 10 reunion for Married to Medicine. And she basically said that Phaedra was the MVP, which is surprising. That's kind of surprising because Phaedra like doesn't really have a storyline. Granted, I didn't watch last week's episode, but so far from what I've seen, she doesn't really have her own personal storyline. Her storyline thus far has been like being a holistic doctor and the Reiki and stuff like that, which that's not a real storyline. And then she is trying to integrate Quad back into the group, but she drops Quad off, right? And wants to disassociate from her because she's new to the group and she doesn't want to get kicked out. She doesn't want to get kicked out by way of Quad, right? She doesn't want to be too heavily associated with Quad because she quickly realizes that nobody likes Quad. And Phaedra is strategic and she wants her check. So she disassociated from Quad, right? But other than that, like that's been her whole storyline. I haven't really seen that much personal storyline. Now, I do know that we get to see more of her family life and her children. We did see that in last week's episode, but then again, I haven't seen that episode yet. So the fact that Heavenly is on YouTube telling us that Phaedra is the MVP is quite interesting. Apparently Phaedra also read her. Phaedra read Dr. Heavenly, and Heavenly was so shook that she did not have a comeback. Heavenly also states that Quad did her thing and that Carlos King was discussed a few times at the reunion. I'm assuming because Carlos King not only has a lot to say about the ladies, but because he has been on YouTube with Heavenly and he interviewed Quad and those things. But also because Simone went on to Watch What Happens Live, or she went on some platform and basically called Carlos a blogger, which he is a blogger. He's a blogger. He's a podcaster. He's a TV producer. I like to call him Carlos King the blogger on my channel because I just kind of find it funny. But we know that Carlos came back out and said that Simone is irrelevant and really is not being talked about, right? On to Married to Medicine. But you can tell that Carlos King, it's a trigger for him. He does not like to be called a blogger. He does not want his career to be reduced to blogger, okay? It's funny that they drag the bloggers, right? Everyone is ashamed to be a blogger. I'm a blogger. When people say, what do you do? I just say, I'm a blogger. It's just easier. I'm a blogger. But they view bloggers as like low life people who like don't have lives, who like just talk about people, make up lies, who aren't reputable, who aren't credible, etc., etc. Yeah, people have this very like the term blogger has a very negative connotation, especially if you're a black blogger and if you are in the entertainment space. So you can tell that it really does trigger him that he is being reduced to a blogger. But it's really interesting how everybody is a blogger but is ashamed to be a blogger. Okay, Heavenly, Candy, Carlos, Tamra Judge, Emily Simpson, Teddy Mellencamp. I mean, the list goes on and on. Karen Huger, Nene Leakes, hell, Dr. Wendy to you, sweetie, Dr. Wendy Osefo. Okay, y'all know. I mean, the podcast, Emily Simpson now has a new podcast with Teddy Mellencamp, which I think is crazy. So they're all bloggers. Jeff Lewis, they're all bloggers. And what I don't like, Sheena from Vanderpump Rules, Tom Sandoval, like everybody has a blog, everybody has a podcast, everybody's spilling tea. And my whole thing is, I just, first off, just from a business standpoint, okay, when you are a true blogger and like I am a blogger, like I don't have like blogging is my main check, right? So from a business standpoint, it's more competition. So yeah, it's irritating. It is irritating because it's like you want every piece of the pie. You want to be the TV producer, you want to be the reality TV star, you want to be the blogger, like you want your hands in every single pie, and it's kind of annoying. Personally, that's just my own personal grievance. But I also kind of feel like, having these bloggers and these podcasters also being the reality TV stars, to me, it cheapens the show when the reality TV star who is supposed to be followed by camera showing their reality, it's weird that they're also a podcaster, that they're also a blogger, that they're also a part of the media, that they're also spilling tea and reporting news about the very thing that they're a part of. And to me, it's a weird song and dance that I just kind of feel like doesn't make sense. And I feel like it cheapens the shows. It cheapens the Bravo brand. When Tamra Judge is a housewife, but also a housewife blogger, to me, it just cheapens the entire thing. And then it also makes it appear to be more fake, right? When you are so hyper aware because you are a blogger and because you're a podcaster, you know all the tea and you follow everything with, such a fine tooth comb. To me, it makes you fake when you then get onto the show because you know what the people on Twitter are saying. You know what people want to see. Like, I feel like that controls your persona on the show, which then in turn makes the show more fake. I don't know if that makes sense, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.